And now we have potential allegations that Sir Keir Starmer may have used a tax loophole, something that Angelina obviously was sacked for.
Starmer faces scrutiny over newly revealed policy discussions. Okay, you're not going to believe what just unfolded behind the scenes in British politics. This isn't the usual press release or carefully curated statement. No, this is a moment that's making people stop, think, and ask questions about the direction of leadership. While everyone was distracted by routine headlines, a story quietly emerged that could change public perception. Labour leader Keir Starmer is now facing intense scrutiny over policy discussions that have recently come to light, details that were previously less visible to the public. The focus. The discussions center on key national policies, agreements between party officials, and decisions with broad implications for Britain's economic and social landscape. Critics and commentators alike are asking questions, and the debate is growing fast. Here's the scene: Parliament, buzzing with reporters and political analysts, as MPs start referencing these newly discussed policies. The questions were precise, pointed, and sometimes uncomfortable. Starmer responded with his usual careful tone, highlighting Labour's plans, strategic priorities, and ongoing efforts to address public concerns, but the spotlight remained intense. It's not just the content of the discussions that's drawing attention, it's the timing and context. Some MPs suggested that certain decisions might affect future legislation, budgets, and public services, and they wanted clarity. Starmer emphasized transparency where possible, outlining frameworks for upcoming policy initiatives, while stressing that some discussions are part of broader strategy and planning processes. Reactions from the public were immediate. Social media platforms lit up with comments and questions. One tweet read, "Finally, a glimpse into the decisions that actually affect us." Another said, "Starmer's responses are calm, but you can tell the pressure is mounting." Journalists covering the unfolding debate described it as unusually focused and substantive, noting that the scrutiny was both fair and necessary. One senior political analyst told a local outlet, "Moments like these are critical. They show leadership under scrutiny, the ability to explain policy in real terms, and how leaders handle questions from multiple directions." Meanwhile, political commentators emphasized that understanding the nuances behind these discussions helps the public engage more meaningfully with leadership decisions. This is more than just politics on paper. The implications are real. Policy discussions, how they're formulated, debated, and eventually implemented, directly impact communities, services, and the economy. Citizens want to know that leaders are accountable, responsive, and strategic in handling these decisions. Starmer's responses today provided context, but also highlighted the complexity of decision-making in government. Inside Parliament, reactions were mixed. Some MPs praised Starmer for his clarity and the level of detail provided, acknowledging the challenges of leading in such a complex political environment. Others pressed further, emphasizing the need for ongoing communication with both the public and party members. The combination of scrutiny and support created a dynamic, yet balanced, dialogue, one that is increasingly rare in high-level politics. For the public, this is a lesson in engagement and awareness. Policies and discussions that shape everyday life, budgets, public services, national programs, are not abstract. They have direct consequences. The scrutiny Starmer faced today reflects not only parliamentary accountability but also citizens' growing expectations for transparency and informed leadership. So, what happens next? That's the question that everyone is asking. Will Starmer provide more detailed updates on policy discussions? Will Parliament continue to press for further clarification? And how will the public respond through social media, opinion polls, and civic discussions? One thing is certain: this is not a moment to look away. Looking ahead, the larger question remains: if today's scrutiny is any indication, how will Starmer navigate future debates and public questions? How will these discussions influence policy development, party messaging, and public trust? The answers will shape both governance and perception in the months ahead. So, stay tuned. This wasn't just a news story, it was a reminder that leadership is about communication, accountability, and clarity. Every discussion, every answer, and every decision matters. Because in politics, understanding the context behind policy is just as important as the policy itself. And as citizens watch closely, the pressure on leaders like Starmer to be transparent and accountable will only grow stronger.